like a wild man, sleeping like a child. You're so luminous and vibrant. I'm always in bloom for you. Always in bloom. Always in bloom for you. So many times I've stranded, a castaway on unknown shore, although a stranger in this continent. I'm always in bloom for you. Always in bloom. Always in bloom for you. An infatuated light. Although it hurts me, be with you. I'm always in bloom. Always in bloom for you. For you.
want some. Think I got what you need, well I have none. Hop off, you're a freak and I'm handsome. Slide up in the club like 2 chains. This snake is on top of the food chain. Stand out like a star, no new name. All these friends in my DMs, no message back, I just see them. I get them hooked and I reel it down, throw them back when completely. I'm a snake on this lane, I'm speeding, my poison is rain. I handle that only the pain, we dripping in venom, so baby, I'm a VIP. All these mamas begging me for affection. But just like C. Darwin, I live for natural selection. Never hugs or connections, I just constrict and reject them. I make my snake hole transactions, eject my papers and stack them. All these words in my DMs, no message back, I just see them. I get them hooked and I reel it down, throw them back when completely. I'm a snake on this lane, I'm speeding, my poison is rain. I handle that only the pain, we dripping in venom, so baby, I'm a VIP.
Hello. Oh, it looks like it's working. Let's see if I can get the graphics going. Remove that and camera on. Hello. Nice. And we can also pull the music down a little bit. Right, so today we're going to be finishing Oliver's classes. The model is already done. I'm going to bring it up here in a second. What we're doing today is we're pulling the model from Maya into Substance Painter, where we're going to try to make it look like it does in the game. We'll see if that works. I hope so. I'm gonna take up the screenshots we had from in-game as well, so we can match up the color of the glasses to look like it does in-game. Let's see where I keep those. Actually, I think they're in folders under cabinets. Yeah, alright, so let's open mine. Here we go. Listen to this sick guitar solo as well. Right, so here's what it came out to. What we're doing is the glasses, if you look at them, like how they look like in game. Let's see if I can actually find the images. They're supposed to be here somewhere. I lost them. Did I lose them? Well, anyways, if we look at the glasses like they are here, they're very simplistic and in polygonal count, at least. Let's see if we can put on some more relaxed music. Here we go. They're very blocky. The polygons are not too high in count, but if we switch it over to the high poly image, you can see the polygons are through the roof. And working with this amount of polygons while it looks really smooth, it's very hard for Unreal Engine to work with this. But we want the look of the smooth ones, but we want the polygonal count of the simple ones. So what I've done is I've exported both, and we're going to bake them in Substance Painter, where we're going to take in the asset and paint it and try to match it up with how it looks like in game. So let's open up Substance Painter. So we have two versions of the glasses, one low poly count and one high poly count. Close that. New file. Sarab. Here it is. The resolution can actually stay a little lower. We don't need a too high count because the object is very small. So if the resolution is small, it wouldn't make a huge difference for the resolution of the texture, because the object is going to be very small anyways. Right, so here is the glasses. There are two different materials on this asset. Metal, which is, if I grab a color here, or a material, and I paint it, you can see we're on the metal material here, so we're painting everything that's labeled metal. In Maya, we have two different materials. We put glass on this material and metal on this one. So all the metal pieces are on this UDIM is what it's called. And on the transparent one, the glass one, we have, if we paint here, we're only painting on the glass pieces. Let's remove that. Go back to metal and pick a metal piece. Let's see, we can actually search for metal here. In Substance Painter, you have all of these different materials that you can use. What are the glasses? Could it be aluminum, maybe? Looks a little rough. That's not it. Steel, maybe. There we go. This looks way more correct. And what they also have is they have some copper details on these round parts. So let's pull in some copper as well. It's gonna be added all over the asset, so we don't want that, so we're gonna add a mask. And with this mask, we can paint these pieces. I did map them out, so they're very like distinctly placed here. So if we paint this part of the mesh, it's only going to be affected over here. But we need to change it from tangent to UV, because this is the UV, and we want to be able to paint only where we're aiming. Let's change the the size, like so. We only want to paint this part and this part. And now they're sharing the UV, so since the asset is mirrored, it's painting on the other side at the same time, which is great. If we wanted to, we could add some like small screws and stuff like that here as well, but that is not on the original asset, so we're skipping that. But you can actually find you can find a little screw here, I think. Screw like that, yeah, a little bolt. You could use that as a here you go. It turned into a very bleak copper screw. Way too big as well. Anyways, we're not gonna be adding screws anyways. So let's go over to the glass part. Switching over to transparent. And there is a material just called glass here. Glass visor. And the glass material is not see-through by default, but we need this to be transparent. And if I remember correctly, let's actually make a search here just for Sarah glasses. If I remember correctly, the glass is sort of turquoise. It doesn't show on this image. Well, this is just a concept image. These glasses do not look actually like the ones in game. Right. But the glass is tinted blue, so let's do that. Let's just change the shader to PBR metal with alpha blending is what we want, because alpha is the opacity channel. You have 4 different channels when you're working with opacity and transparency: red, green, blue, and alpha. And alpha is the one channel that determines how much opacity the object or the color has, basically. Now we have the color sitting where we want it. I think we're just gonna do this material here, base. We're gonna add an opacity channel, and we're doing that over here in texture settings. Channel, opacity, head back to layers, or actually head back to the property for the base color. Now at the bottom here we have opacity, and we can pull that up or down. We're gonna pull it down. Alright. I think they actually need a little bit more opacity. I don't remember exactly how transparent these pieces are, but like so maybe. And I think this color is a little bit too green on the glass, so we're gonna change it to be a little bit more blue. There we go, I think. Yes, I think this looks good. Yep. Right, yeah, this looks good. What we need to do now, excuse me, what we need to do now is bake this object. So we go here to bake mesh maps. We have the object here. We want to add the high poly asset. It's the same asset, but with a high count of polygons. And I think the default settings are going to work fine. Let's just add some anti-aliasing. And yeah, I think that's fine. Let's bake it and see what we get. Sometimes you need to bake it again. Depending on, I'm not really used to these settings, so sometimes I just put it at the wrong in the wrong place, and it ends up looking worse than it did before. But I think this looks actually rather fine. You can see it gained some jagged edges there. That's no good. But at the same time, the object is gonna be further out, so from this distance it just looks like the metal is worn a little bit. And you can see here the polygon shape of the object is still very much a low poly. You can see the edges here. But if you're looking at how the coloration goes, the colors go very smoothly down like this. So if you look at it from the side or from like a distance, it looks very smooth and round, which is great. It uses the texture from the high poly objects, but the polygonal count of the low poly objects. Let's just try to bake it one more time and see if we can get a little bit higher, better results. I don't really like these jagged edges, so we're gonna see if we can make it look a little better. Let's see here. Don't want any red popping up. We can increase the resolution on the high poly texture as well, I think. We'll see. Bake selected. It's so fun when it's baking. It's like a little firework going off. Right, that's it. Turning. It's fine. From a distance, it looks fine. The camera is never going to be even as close as this, so you're not going to see the acid from like. Looking closer than this, I think even in-game would show some artifacts. So I think this is good actually. Let's try and put it in Unreal Engine and see what we get. Send to. Let's see, export textures. Unreal Engine. And let's change the path as well to textures. Glasses are called Sarab, so that's where we're adding them. Right? That's it, right? Oh, we don't need the standard surface. There we go. Export. And looking at the folder where we exported this, it's going to show up as a few different images. We have Studio Project textures. There we go. We have 3 pictures for the glass and 3 other pictures for the metal. And they're showing different things. This is basically the color, and the other stuff is for transparency and reflections and things like that. Let's open up Unreal Engine and see if we can apply these glasses to the model that's already in there. I hope so. Close these guys. Let's save this project. As Sarab. Right, we can close you as well. And let's hop into Hubwire Studio 54. Can close this one as well. And let's just wait for Unreal Engine to start up. Now, I'm not sure really how to add these glasses to the metahuman, but we'll see. I hope we can make it work. In my head, I'm thinking we just go into the blueprint, open up the head of the metahuman, and just add a pair of glasses onto it. But sometimes it's just not so easy. So we'll see, I guess. Right, let's go into the level sequence where we have the little demo with Oliver. So yeah, that's it. That also means we can probably hide the other Oliver, like so. Right. Now we should import the mesh first. These are some custom meshes that I made, so I'm gonna import the mesh into this folder as well. It's gonna be mesh sarab.fbx. Combine meshes is on. Alright, import all. Clear. Okay, so these glasses actually seem to size-wise be the correct size, which is great. We just need to turn them on their side a little bit. Other than that, it's gonna work fine. Right now they don't have their textures, so we're gonna bring that in as well. They have the textures down here, so we're just gonna change these balls to be the textures that we just made in Substance Painter instead. But first, let's remove the one that we're not using and move the other two to textures instead. Move here. Let's make a folder for Sarab. Move the textures in there. There's probably a better way to do this, but hey, we have arrived. Alright, so let's open up the metal thing first. No, actually, these ones aren't textures. They are materials, and they should be in the materials folder over here. There we go. Now in textures, we're gonna add the textures that we made, actually. That's what we're gonna do. Textures, Sarab, and let's just add all of these onto here. Perfect. And for the Sarab glasses, we're gonna change the materials to be the ones that we just made. So now we're in the metal material, so we're gonna add the metal textures. Let's see, this one is the base color, so we're gonna pull that and replace the white one. Can remove the white one. This one says normals, so we're gonna pull that to normals. This one says occlusion and some other things, I think. Yeah, this one pulls in 3 channels actually. It uses the red, green, and blue spectrum of the image, because every image has all of these. They have these different color channels, and you can pull the different channels to different attributes here on the material. So since the name is occlusion, roughness, metallic, we start from the top and we pull the red one to occlusion. Next one was roughness, so we pull the green one to roughness, and the blue channel to metal, I think was the last thing. Yeah. Yes. Right, so looking at the glasses here, they should update when we press apply. Why is this moving so fast? Oh my god. There they are. Alright, so let's update and see that they look correct. Yeah, they do. Great. Now let's change the glass material the same way. Pull these guys in here. Base color. Put that up here. It could be now actually that the opacity attribute didn't come with us from Substance Painter to here. If that's the case, we're gonna add an opacity attribute here in Unreal Engine instead. Right, and here we have normals, I think. Normal, yeah. And this one is occlusion, roughness, and metallic. Apply. Right. Are they transparent though? Could have fooled us, but they're not transparent. They're very reflective though. Alright. So let's go into the material. And we do have, let's see. The material here has an opacity attribute and it's not active. So what we're gonna have to change is from blend mode from opaque to translucent instead. If I remember correctly. Could actually be another one of these. Masked? Yeah, let's go to masked. Now we could add a constant. Let's pull that constant into the opacity mask and change the value to 0.50, maybe? No. 0.5. And apply. This wasn't actually what I thought it was gonna be. 0.1. Oh, okay. It's too transparent. 0.5. 0.2. Maybe this is not the right way to do it. Alright, this is probably not the right way to do it. I thought I had it, and I didn't. Now the translucent material is, we can make that one transparent, but it doesn't look like glass, unfortunately, because it doesn't reflect at all. Do we have the starter pack assets here? Starter content, right. I think there is a glass material in here that probably works. I'm gonna use that one. Yeah, this looks like glass. Is it reflective? Sort of, yeah. Let's head into that one and yeah, they're on the translucent default bit. Okay. Now we're just gonna change the color of the glass here and change a little bit of the opacity, because I want this to be bit less transparent. There we go. And the color, let's make it more like the coloring game. Is this it? No, this is not it. A bit less blue. And maybe a bit more to the turquoise side of things. Not too green. There we go. Yeah, that might be it. 0.4. Change, apply changes, yes. Alright, let's start with this color. I know it's a little bit too bright, but let's start with this one and see if we can make it look good on his head, and we can continue to change the material after that. Now I can see the pivot point here is a little bit off, actually. Let's see if we can work with that anyways. I think it could be because the scale of Oliver has changed a little bit. I thought. No, it didn't. Okay. Spin these 90 degrees. I think we actually need to change the pivot point of these glasses, because we want the pivot point to be sitting right at the where we want them to stick to his face, so at the nose bridge right here in the middle. And how we achieve that is we're gonna move the glasses down to the center point of the project in Maya and re-export them. These are the ones. We go. Yeah, looks fine, I think. Let's export this. Export selection. Right on the same asset. We're just gonna replace it and then re-import it into Maya and see what we, or into Unreal Engine and see what we get. Studio project, mesh, Sarab. Replace it, yes. And then we're gonna move it back to where it was. Just in case. Go back to Unreal, into Mesh, Sarab, re-import, and the pivot point should be much more centered. Yeah, there they are, right on the floor, right on their pivot point as well. Okay, so what we want to do now is we want to open up the, can remove these from view. I'm going to open up the MetaHuman blueprint, which should be... This is not the blueprint. The blueprint is here. Now, I've never tried this, so I don't know exactly how it's gonna go, but I think it should be fine. I hope. Viewport. Here we go. There's his head. Okay, add. Do we just search for Sarah Bear? No. Import. Static mesh, maybe? I don't know what I'm doing. But let's try this. Okay, so we have Sarah in here. Now let's see if we can find it here. Yeah, we can. Is it down there? Yeah, it is. Okay. This is rather pain-free, actually. Except the material is wrong. So I think if we head into the Sarab asset here, can we change it? Not right here, no. If we go into the asset here, maybe we can. Right, so let's pull in a starter material. The glass material that we were working with earlier. This is such a Frankenstein solution. Right. Now they have their glass. Great. Save that. Head back into MetaHuman. Ah, there we go. There's the glasses. Let's spin them around 90 degrees. Are you comfortable, Oliver? I don't think that's... Where'd he go? Oh, there it is. Alright. Did everything just freeze? What is happening? Right, we need to remove the... There we go. We need to get closer. How can we do that without lagging? Oh, like this. Right, great. Bring them down a little bit. Up and inwards. I think maybe they actually need to shrink just a little bit. Not that much. Jesus. There we go. Okay, and how are they sitting behind the ears? A little too high on that side, and a little too high on this side. Right, so let's tilt it a little. Let's tilt it a little bit, like this. All right. Up and back, maybe. Okay. Okay. Let's save this. Dirty needs to be recompiled. Okay, recompiled. Dirty. Oliver's dirty. Look at that. Okay, they're moving about. Quite. Okay, so we need to stick these to like nose bone or something. I get it. But just looking at this metahuman over here, looks sort of like in the game, actually, I think. That's cool. This, however, does not. Oh. There's always problems. Right, so face, viewport. Hello again, Oliver. I wonder if we have, like, do we have a nose piece or something? Eyelashes. I'm wondering what we should stick these to. Maybe the eyebrows? Weird. Do we have access to any, like, skeletal pieces on the face or something? Now they're stuck to the eyelashes. It's how you roll. Yeah, I get that. How does it feel though? Let's see if... I think what's gonna happen is when he's blinking, these glasses are just gonna fly all over the place. But we'll see. It seems like they're actually following his... Wow. Wow, they don't actually. They're just on there. Huh. Attaching to eyelashes. That's a new tech. Back in the day, I remember when you attach your glasses to like your ears or some other now extinct technology, but attaching your glasses to your eyelashes, if you haven't tried that, you should try it. Right, so let's hop into one of the cameras and
in my head.
what do you have here?
I'm Oliver Zark, and you are wiser than yesterday.
Wow, that's crazy. What? That actually works. Oh my god. Okay. That was so much easier than I thought it was gonna be. Does it look like in the game? Sort of, right? Wow. I'm happy for you, Oliver. You got your glasses back. Back in business. Right, so what should we do then? I thought it was going to take way longer. It's 11 o'clock. I need to leave in an hour. Wow, I have a lot of time still. We could keep adding some assets to the studio here. I think we need like a little sofa, little couch group over here. I think that would be cool. So let's pull out some materials. Now I mentioned before I did make a few mesh objects for this project. I made a screen back here, the Hubnet logo back here, and well, the walls and the windows and stuff for the studio. But the camera, the TV up here, the art on the walls, those are assets that are free in Unreal Engine, and like I think Fab has a lot of free assets as well. I brought these in from there. Quixel Bridge still has quite a few assets, even though they changed recently from Quixel to Fab. But mixing in assets with, like, if you create some things of your own, I think it's a good idea to not like invent the wheel all over and just pull assets from wherever you have them. So let's see what we have here. In the broadcast studio, we have a few meshes. These are pre-made. It's like microphones and a little coffee cup. We should actually, later at least, grab one of these coffee mugs and pull them into Substance Painter and put a Hubnet logo on it to look like the Hubnet coffee mugs. That'd be so cool. And put it back in the game. Alright, I think There are only these kinds of couches here. Let's try and add them for... this is like playing The Sims. I love this part of creating like a space like this. It's so easy. Just, oh, this one looks cool. Boink. And it's in your scene. Let's put it like there maybe. Do they have like a little table or something? They do have these ones. This is such this is a desk. But if we pull on it a little bit, we could probably make it look like a little coffee table. I hope. What's vibrating there? I'm getting a little text. Alright. So let's mirror this, I think. I don't actually know how to duplicate this. Oh, I do. Let's duplicate this one. Put a little -1 in here. -1. Where'd you end up? Oh, alright. They're joined. They shouldn't be. -1. That was... Wow, okay, that was the scale. That was wrong. 180 degrees. Is this looking crazy? This is not looking good at all. Alright, let's skip that. Instead of trying to make something crazy. I don't think there are any tables that are useful here, but you could always find some free tables somewhere. Let's try and do that later. Or see if we can find it in one of the other packs. Generic props, maybe. That sounds great. Office equipment. Boxes. Folders. No tables. House equipment. Table. Here we go. Little coffee table, maybe. It's not a table. That's just a board. Wow, not very talk showy. Let's just leave it like that for now. What I do want to make is we could actually head back into the scene. Let's quit the sequencer. What I do want to make is a little office space back here. So behind these assets, let's hide those. There should be like a few computers and things with we could add more metahumans as well, sitting at the desks, working away, so it looks sort of like a newsroom. And we could try and add a few desks. I think that could be cool. If we search for desk, we get all of these. Nothing usable really. Office, nothing useful over there either. Right, so let's head into the house equipment and table and see what these look like. Not very futuristic, actually. These are probably better. Yeah, it's gonna be behind like a wall of black glass anyways. So if I can see the polygon count here is very low. It's a very blocky looking table. But I think when rendering and working with other like angles and stuff in here in the studio space, it's a good idea to keep the polygon count down on assets that don't really need them. Like these desks are not going to need them at all. That way it's going to be easier to render because we're going to get less lag, which I think is always nice. Let's add you there. Oops. Spin this a little bit. Go. That screen is a little bit too big. That's way too big. Alright, do we have like a little PC or something we could place here? No. Computer? No. Alright. Gonna have to look for it ourselves. Generic props. Right. We could check Fab actually and see if there's a computer, or start placing chairs. We can do that as well. We have a lot of different chairs to choose from. That's good. Nothing that looks like you want to sit at near your PC though. I'm gonna have to probably model computers and chairs. Modeling a computer screen is going to be super easy. It's just going to be a block, like square block like this. And when we place textures on the block, like we've done over here, you don't really see that there's a TV. They have some intricate designs here with like, you can see some buttons behind the TV here. It's not super important. What's going to show from like this distance is the texture. So if we just make some black blocks and put on these tables and put the textures of a working computer on there, it's gonna look fine, I think. Unless you go super close, but you won't be able to, hopefully. Not unless we release this as a HubNet game where you can explore the virtual studio, but I don't think we will. I think this is probably gonna be it for today. We did fix up Oliver. Let's look at him again. He's so cute. With his new glasses. That was the main thing for today. And now that he's done, I'm able to start working on the animations for his body. Now that he has his glasses. Let's see it again.
Welcome to Microtech. But not quite. This is Microtech brought into Unreal Engine. But that wasn't enough. I also wanted to bring in myself, so I had myself scanned. And now I can move my head. Pretty nifty, right? Eventually, I'll probably be able to move my body as well. But that's the next step. I'm Oliver Zark, and you are wiser than yesterday.
Cool. Right, thanks for hanging out, you guys. Let's see if I missed anything. I think we're good. Yeah, and if you look at this a couple of days from now, just know that you're even closer to seeing the next step come to life. I hope. Right, let's turn everything off. See you later.